Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking into something pretty interesting, cultural talk for diversity. It's this global online community founded by Jihye Kim, though we'll focus mostly on the community itself today. And our mission really is to explore how it's trying to change the conversation around DEIB, diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging by, well, rethinking how we usually learn about this stuff.
Yeah, and what's really striking is what they discovered. By consciously removing that traditional expert pedestal, participants actually shared more
Wow.
vulnerably, more authentically.
That's
It
fascinating.
isn't just about collecting stories, right? It's about fostering this unique quality of connection, real understanding.
Stuff that often doesn't happen in those more formal, expert-led environments.
Exactly. Lived experience, not just the credentials on paper, that becomes the foundation.
That feels like a really powerful shift, and honestly, a much-needed one. So this isn't just talk about DEIB, it's like a living lab for how these conversations can actually happen in a truly decentralized way. This deep dive, it draws specifically on the insights from running this global online community,
Right.
which really champions the idea that everyone's lived experience. It's a central piece of the puzzle.
Exactly. It directly challenges that old idea that learning only comes from some authority figure.
Yeah.
Instead, it invites everyone in as,
Yeah.
humans navigating identity, culture, and belonging.
Hmm.
It breaks down those hierarchies,
Yeah.
builds a space where, ideally, all voices actually carry weight.
Okay, so let's make this practical. If I'm listening now, maybe I'm involved in DEIB work or just interested. What's the real gain here? What do I walk away with from understanding this model? Is it skills or a new perspective?
Oh, absolute practical takeaways. First, you'll discover this story sharing model. It's a really powerful alternative, I think, to the typical expert-led conference format we often see. And you'll also learn actual community facilitation techniques, things like their deep listening circles.
How do those work?
Well, basically, each person gets a dedicated short slot. They share without interruption. It ensures every single voice gets heard. It really does lower the speaker's pedestal, like we were saying. The knowledge, the authority, it's distributed, not just held by one person.
Right, decentralizing the knowledge itself. And crucially, I imagine you'd explore how to actually apply these ideas in your own work or life.
Definitely. Applying the insights directly into your own DEIB practices, your initiatives, whether that's, in a company or just building community locally.
So let's unpack the how. How does cultural talk actually make this happen? Foster the engagement, build community online.
The core methodology really centers on hosting these live, interactive, intercultural online conversations. Think of it almost like a blueprint. How to engage diverse voices, build community, really in any space. Online makes it global, of course.
Okay, and here's where I think it gets really interesting. The innovation. It seems to be truly in this decentralized learning part, allowing both recognized experts and people without those formal titles to share personal stories.
Yeah.
And they're careful about speaker diversity, right?
Very careful. It's not just about balancing theory from academics with insights from, say, actual practitioners on the ground,
Yeah.
but also ensuring that broad regional diversity,
Yeah.
getting voices from, say, Western and Eastern cultures, or North America versus Europe versus Asia.
That makes sense.
And it also brings up that question of differing perspectives, doesn't it? They actually tackle that head on
How so?
by intentionally bringing together really different viewpoints on the same topic, like maybe having a service dog user and a service provider share their unique experiences side by side.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And it's not always these, huge academic topics either. They celebrate the smaller stories too, the ones that show that global, local connection. Things like a Taiwanese dessert talk, exploring culture through food, or a session on Korean Samul Norijangu, this traditional music form, giving space to voices, cultural elements, stuff you rarely hear in mainstream DEIB talks.
Finding the universal in the specific details. I like that. So wrapping this up, what does this all mean for you listening right now?
Cultural Talk for Diversity, it offers this really compelling vision, I think, for learning, for community, proving that authentic dialogue, shared lived experiences, sometimes that can be much more powerful than just top-down instruction.
It's not just what you learn, but how you connect, how you grow through that genuine human interaction.
Yeah.
And it really leaves you with a question, doesn't it? Thinking beyond DEIB, where else? Where else in our lives, maybe our workplaces, our neighborhoods, could we benefit from this kind of approach, this decentralized, story-driven way of learning and finding belonging? Just letting people share their truth.